turned towards you, the bobbin winding stopper, the bobbin winding spindle, the carry handle, the spool pin where we'll put our spool of thread, the bobbin winding tension disc, a metal threading guide, another metal guide, our tension dial, which allows us to fine-tune the look of our stitches, and the take-up lever. This is very important when we thread our machine, so we'll go over more about this later. The reverse lever, which allows you to sew in reverse, and also acts as a tie-off for decorative stitches. The speed control, which allows you to set the maximum speed of your machine. To the right is faster, to the left is slower. The programmable needle up-down button, which allows you to choose whether or not to have the needle stop in the up or down position when you stop sewing. The start-stop button, which allows you to sew without the foot control on the machine. Down here we have the built-in needle threader, your needle, the all-purpose foot, the presser foot lifter, which allows you to raise and lower your presser foot, and a bobbin comes already in the machine. On our panel, we have our stitch selector buttons, and to the right we have this circle of buttons. The up and down arrow allow you to increase or decrease your stitch length, and the right and left allow you to increase or decrease your stitch width. On the front of the machine, we have the removable storage compartment, which when removed exposes the free arm, which is very useful when sewing cuffs and pant hems. If we open up the storage compartment, we have additional accessories inside, such as additional bobbins and presser feet. Let's take a look at some of those presser feet. In addition to the all-purpose foot that already comes on your machine, you get a satin stitch foot, used for sewing satin stitches and decorative stitches, a zipper foot, used for inserting zippers, and it can also be used for inserting piping, a gathering foot, which can be used to gather a layer of fabric, and can also be used to gather a layer of fabric while sewing it to a flat piece of fabric, a blind hem foot, used to sew blind hems, an overcasting foot, which can create seams and seam finishing using your overcasting stitches, a straight stitch foot, which is particularly useful when sewing sheers and lightweight fabrics, a rolled hem foot, which is used for creating a rolled hem, a darning and embroidery foot, which is used for freehand sewing and freehand embroidery, and a buttonhole foot, used for sewing buttonholes. Now it's time to wind a bobbin. Raise the presser foot and move this little black button to the right to pop off your clear view cover and retrieve your bobbin. This machine uses class 15J bobbins, so when you go to the store to purchase more bobbins, make sure you purchase Singer class 15J bobbins. Place your spool of thread on the spool pin and cap it with the spool cap. Bring the thread to this metal guide and clip it in. And then come to the second metal guide and bring it around. Then you'll want to wrap it around. What I'm going to do is plug in the machine and turn it on. And you'll know the machine is on when the light comes on. On the side we have the hand wheel. On the top we have the bobbin winding stopper and bobbin winding spindle, the carry handle, the spool pin where we'll put our thread when we thread the machine, the stitch width dial to adjust the width of our stitches, the tension dial to fine-tune the look of our stitches, the bobbin winding tension disc, a metal threading guide, another metal guide, the take-up lever, which will be really important when we thread the machine. On the front, we have the reverse lever, the stitch length dial, and the stitch selector dial. Down by our needle, we have the built-in needle threader, the needle, the all-purpose foot, and behind the all-purpose foot, we have the presser foot lifter, which raises and lowers our presser foot. When we remove the accessory tray, we expose the free arm of the machine. And when we open the door, we have accessories inside. In this pouch, we have some essentials like needles, extra bobbins, a spool cap, and some additional presser feet, as well as a buttonhole foot. Let's take a look at some of those extra presser feet that come with our machine. In addition to the all-purpose foot that's already on your machine, you get the buttonhole foot for making buttonholes, the button sewing foot for sewing on buttons, and the zipper foot, used for inserting zippers into your projects, but it can also be used for piping. Now let's wind a bobbin. The first thing we need to do to wind a bobbin is take off the removable storage compartment and open this door. Here we'll find our bobbin case. Pull this little latch and remove the case. And retrieve your bobbin. This machine uses Class 15 transparent bobbins. If you want to purchase more bobbins for your machine, make sure you purchase Singer Class 15 transparent bobbins. To wind our bobbin, place a spool of thread onto the spool pin and cap it off with a spool cap. Bring the thread to metal guide number 1 and clip it in. Now I'm going to bring the thread down to number 2, the bobbin winding tension discs, and make sure the thread is snug in between those discs. Then I'm going to bring the thread over to number 3, which is our bobbin winding spindle. The bobbin doesn't have a designated top or bottom, so make sure you thread the thread in and out the top of the bobbin. Hold on to the thread tail and click the bobbin into place on the bobbin winding spindle. Make sure the bobbin is all the way on the spindle so that the thread doesn't accidentally wind around the spindle itself. Move the bobbin winding spindle over to the right, hold on to the thread tail, and press the foot control to begin winding. When the thread tail is buried, clip the tail flush with the top of the bobbin and continue winding until the bobbin is full or until you have enough thread for your project. When you're done winding your bobbin, move the bobbin winding spindle back.
For every project with 600 built-in stitches, including 5 alphabets to choose from. With just a touch of a button, stitches can be mirror imaged, adding even more stitch variety. Press the elongation button and stitches can be made up to 5 times longer.
This stitching is beautiful. I like the variety of stitches, which makes projects look professional and polished.
Buttonhole sewing is a simple one-step process, providing consistent results. Choose from 13 buttonhole styles. The exclusive buttonhole underplate ensures perfect buttonholes, even when sewing close to heavy seams.
I love the unique stitches, the ease of operation, and the performance of the machine. The Quantum Stylist, it's just the best machine I ever owned.
When you choose a stitch, the machine automatically displays the recommended presser foot, so you can sew your projects with confidence.
It's quiet, it doesn't skip stitches, looks pricey, and it helps me pick out the attachments that I need for my project.
The Serger Quantum Stylus sewing machine has a heavy-duty metal frame. This rigid support holds all the mechanisms in perfect alignment, providing skip-free sewing and overall durability.
It's absolutely the quietest machine I've ever heard, but a total workhorse.
My main interest was to get a powerful motor to work with heavier fabrics, and I got what I wanted with the Quantum Stylus. You can do almost anything with this beauty.
This machine handles everything from heavy denims to the lightest shears. You can sew them all with confidence. The 7-segment feeding system and box feed work together to provide perfect and equal contact with the fabric and presser foot, ensuring accurate fabric feed. When you're done sewing, just press the automatic thread cutter button, and the machine automatically trims the top and bobbin threads for you.
I love the built-in thread cutter. It saves time and thread.
Stay Bright LED lights illuminate the sewing surface for optimal viewing of your work. These lights will last for 100,000 hours and are always cool to the touch.
Wonderful machine. I learned to sew on a Serger, but could never afford a good top of the line.
Now you can have high-end features at a great value.
I love this sewing machine. I'm new to making quilts, and this machine has all the necessary tools I need. It's also very quiet, and it's easy to transport to quilting classes.
I absolutely love it. It sews well, and the decorative stitches are great additions to quilting projects.
The Serger Model 9960 sewing machine is great for quilting, top stitching, and applique. The machine also has drop feed, allowing you to lower the feed dogs so that you can do free motion embroidery, monograms, as well as stipple quilting.
It comes with so many presser feet, you can do almost anything with this beauty.
I love this sewing machine. It comes with all the feet I will probably ever need.
You'll love the large selection of presser feet and accessories with onboard storage. Customize your machine's sewing speed for your project. Unplug the foot controller, press the start button, and the machine sews. You are still in complete control. Just slide the speed lever to set the perfect speed for your project. The presser foot lifter has 2 heights. The second position offers more clearance, which is convenient when placing multiple layers or bulky fabric under the presser foot.
I'm very happy with this machine. The extra large sewing surface is awesome. I use it all the time.
An extension table is included, providing you with a larger surface, essential for quilting or when working with larger projects.
The price is great for all the features it has. I'd recommend this to beginner and advanced seamstresses.
Before I bought this one, I tried all of the top brands. I came back to